Hey, I'm called JB. Actually, it's John Bush. Not so cool. Let's just stick to JB. But I have a story that might change the way you see Africa. Have you ever wondered why there's always been a scramble for Africa? History tells us it was for its resources, minerals, gold, petrol, silver, iron, all of it. But history hides more than it tells. Thousands of years ago, a precious metal was found, and those who possessed it gained wealth beyond imagination. Chiefs protected it with sacred oaths, yet men's hearts cannot always be trusted. Some betrayed the secret to outsiders. The keys never left Africa. Duplicates only. And now, the cycle begins again. Somewhere in Lucira, Kampala, Derrick and I were just two young men working to survive. But that day, everything changed. We were just doing a cleaning job at this massive compound. The place was old, overgrown with plants, and gave off a strange vibe from the moment we arrived. We were outside, trying to get the courtyard in order, when this weird feeling washed over me. A breeze carried whispers. A voice called my name, chilling me to the bone. I looked around, but there was no one, just the rustling leaves and the distant sound of the Nile. I turned to Derrick, trying to play it cool. "Derrick, let's go clean inside now." He just looked at me, always ready with a joke. He leaped over a low fence, muscles tensed, already sweating in the heat. "Fear, or do you need a priest to sprinkle holy water first?" "I'll help. For extra pay?" He was always about the extra pay. I didn't even hesitate. "Deal," I said. "Anything to get out of that whispering wind." We started walking up the narrow stairs to the main house. The inside was even stranger. Polished wooden floors, antique furniture covered in thin sheets, and weird relics everywhere. Dust floated in the beams of golden sunlight that cut through the tall windows, making the air feel thick and ancient. The shadows seemed to stretch and move on their own. As we reached the main hallway, a door at the far end suddenly slammed open. A gust of wind rushed out, pushing me back a step. Derrick just laughed. "It's just the wind. Never knew you were such a chicken." "Think I'll tell Grace." I shot him a look, but my heart was pounding. This wasn't just wind. The whole mansion felt cold, yet strangely clean, like the dust itself was alive. The mirrors on the walls reflected our faces, but they seemed distorted, older. I picked up the pace, wanting to get this job over with. My dreadlocks swayed as I practically jogged up the final flight of stairs. We reached the top floor, which opened into a vast, empty room. Well, almost empty. In the center, on a huge, dusty bed, lay a single, mysterious book. The title was embossed in gold. The Keys. Derrick, ever the curious one, started walking towards it. Before he could reach it, a loud, booming voice echoed from somewhere outside the house. It was a command, an order that made us both freeze. We decided to split up, to finish faster. Derrick went back downstairs to handle the ground floor, and I stayed in that vast room upstairs. I sat on the edge of the bed, my mind racing. The voice, the whispers, the book. Nothing made sense. I was still trying to process it all when every door in the house slammed shut at once. A bone-chilling breeze swept through the room, though all the windows were closed. The silence that followed was deafening. I couldn't take it. I stood up and shouted, "Hey, Hayi! Anyone around?" Only my own echo answered. My eyes scanned the floor, and that's when I saw it. Lying on the polished wood, glinting in the faint light, was a small, black key. My hand trembled as I reached down and picked it up. The metal was cold, ancient. As my fingers closed around it, a voice filled my head. It wasn't my own thoughts. It was deeper, older. "Wealth is at hand. Find the key that opens it. Evil will come, sowing terror and chaos." Just then, a heavy knock echoed from the main door of the room. My heart leaped into my throat. Derrick was downstairs. Who could it be? I walked slowly, cautiously, to the door. I pulled it open, and I was blinded. A brilliant, golden light flooded the frame, so bright I had to shield my eyes. When my vision cleared, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. The room beyond the door wasn't part of the house. It was a cavern, filled with mountains of raw gold, piles of sparkling jewelry, and stacks of diamonds that shimmered like stars. I saw coins, bars, crowns, everything you could imagine. I couldn't believe my eyes. Every legend, every whisper. It was real. I took a step forward, my hand outstretched, reaching for a single gold coin. The moment my fingers brushed against its surface, there was a sudden flash of light, and everything vanished. I was standing in the empty hallway again. The golden cavern was gone. Derrick came pounding up the stairs, his eyes wide with panic. John, let's leave. Something isn't right. There's no one down there. He grabbed my arm. I was still shaking, clutching the coin and the black key in my hand. Did you see that? I whispered, my voice hoarse. The door, the gold, the light. Derrick looked at me like I was crazy. Let's go. This place is evil. Are you hallucinating? He pulled me towards the stairs. As we glanced back, we both saw it at the same time. The bed was empty. The book titled, "The Keys" was gone. We didn't need any more convincing. We exchanged a look of pure terror and we sprinted through the courtyard, grabbing our cleaning tools on the way out. The African foliage rustled violently in the wind, and dust flew everywhere as we ran for the main gate. Not daring to look back, but someone was watching. From a balcony high up on the mansion, a tall, older man stood calmly, a faint smile on his face. It was Mr. Jerome Kisubi, the owner. His piercing eyes followed us as we fled. "The break of the circle has just begun," he said to the empty air. "You can't run from your destiny." Far away, in a modern, sterile office, a hand reached for a ringing phone. A deep, urgent voice spoke on the other end. "The Keys have found their first guardian. We need to act fast before we all go down. If you want to uncover the secrets of the Keys with me and Derrick, to find out what this destiny is and who is hunting us, subscribe, like, and follow to see what happens next. You don't want to miss the adventures and where this journey leads."